everybody. Welcome to an edition of Dinner Plus Drinks that you are not going to want to miss because, woo!
Woo!
I'm going to start by what we're drinking today. I kept it secret. It's in this beautiful Packers koozie. It's from Indeed Brewing in Minneapolis and Milwaukee, and I picked it out before I knew everything that was happening this week because I was given it as a sample. Thank you very much indeed. And it commemorates something very important that happened this week and might otherwise get lost. It's called...
Lucy.
It's called Lucy. It's a session shower. It's a little spritzy, a little sour, a little sweet. Just like
my Lucy.
Dear sweet Lucy.
Oh, little sweet, little sassy.
Who turned 2.
Little Lou is 2. Yeah, she had a birthday.
On Taco Tuesday.
What feels like 900 years ago at this point. It was on Tuesday. Yeah, good call. Lucy turned 2. It was bonkers. We're going to talk about it more later because... it was insane. But it was so fun. She turned 2 on Tuesday, so we did Taco Tuesday for her birthday party theme, which was so easy. I gave up all of my trying to be a superhero mom because the only thing I feel like matters is if I make my kid's birthday cake. So I'm like, if I make the cake, and by make it, I mean make it out of a box. So if I just
wrong with that.
Make it out of a box and frost it myself, I feel like did something, even though I've decorated a party, I've wrapped beautiful, thoughtful presents, but that's the thing that is the marker for me. Well, this year I tried to make a cake in the shape of a taco. I don't know why. One that stood up, and I was like, well, I can do this. This is easy. It was not easy.
There are literally 3 quality bakers that are a hill roll away from you.
Dude, I am not kidding that I am planning 5 hours in advance. I'm not a day in advance, even more or less a week. I am today not sure what I'm doing in 1 hour.
Well, that's okay.
So we're doing great. So yeah, Lucy's birthday. That's the overview.
So I short poured you on this one.
Also, I'm short poured.
I short poured you.
I am
should we first of all,
okay.
Cheers.
Okay, sure. And then we'll explain.
Cheers to Lucy. Happy birthday, Lucy.
Happy birthday, Lou. There's a lot to celebrate in my house this week. We have a lot to talk about.
This is yummy. It's just like Lucy. Little sweet, little
yummy.
spritzy, little sour.
Ooh, it's a little sour.
Just like Lucy.
Woo! I'm short poured, you guys, because I'm on some medication. That's only kind of working. Do I go into this all right now?
It's up to you.
Are we doing this?
I don't know. I think we should do it before the
political rant we're about to go on.
It's not really political. It's societal more than political.
You're right. I got a bit of an infection, which sounds disgusting. I'm alive. I'm standing for now, so it's good. I got bitten by something in an area that you don't want to get bitten necessarily, so I think it was a tick, which, this is the most Wisconsin-sounding thing in the world. I've never had a tick.
We did the House Wisconsin Are You, and guess what?
know.
Bridget just got...
Here I am. Got a point.
Upgraded.
Tyler is like, yeah, man, I've gotten 1,000 tick bites. Whatever. I've never seen a tick. I've never gotten bitten. I don't know nothing about ticks, except that my neighbor has Lyme's disease and talks a lot about it. So I was terrified that I was going to have Lyme's disease. So I got bitten a week and a half ago, long before Memorial Day weekend. And I was in the garden, and this is why I don't garden. Sorry,
Bridget. This is my fault.
I got bitten. It was fine for a while, and then it really wasn't fine. It is in an area that my underwear are.
I'm very worried you might lose a leg.
It's in a really unfortunate spot that moves and bends all the time, right on the groin line there. And it is wildly infected. So it's getting better now, I think. My medicine just took a while to work, and there's no abscess. We've had an ultrasound. I've had some blood drawn. I've spent 1,200 hours at the doctor's office this week, and I hopefully have to stay out of the ER this weekend because next step is IV antibiotics. But I'm doing great, you guys. Okay, so I'm just not drinking much because I'm on a couple antibiotics. So let's hope they keep working.
I do enjoy this beer. I like the little session sours. Indeed, are newer to Milwaukee. They got kind of screwed. They launched last 2019 fall.
Yep.
Were very popular, and then guess what happened?
The life ruiner.
But they stopped in this week, dropped off some samples, talked. It's actually a really cool tap room. I don't know if we can go in there right now. But when I opened it, I was in there. I was like, "That's cool." They're also in the Twin Cities, which is great. They make some really crushable beers with really pretty cans. Bridget picked last IPA day. She picked the Indeed Flavor Wave IPA as the one she's most likely to buy because of the pretty can art. So
I mean, it was beautiful. I do love their cans.
they also have the Hello Milwaukee beer, which is really delicious. So if you ever see in their stuff, it's great beer. Nice people.
I love this. I love the art. Great job, Indeed.
Speaks to
Good
Lucy.
choice. Speaks to my Lucy. I feel like you need a follow-up of, what was that, last week?
That was last week. So last week we had the discussion about Naomi Osaka, who decided, the tennis player, number 2 tennis player in the world, who decided not to do press for her mental well-being. Well, the 4 Grand Slam tournaments, the Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open, in a very rare, almost unprecedented joint statement said, we're going to find Naomi Osaka, and if she continues to do this, she will be barred from the tournaments.
Wait, that's surprising.
It was joint.
Wow.
As a united front. Also important to know that the French Open in particular, since this is their tournament, tried very hard to get in touch with her and say, hey, can we talk about this? Are you okay?
Yeah.
And she just didn't even talk to him.
Really?
Didn't talk to him. Every other player on tour, as I think I predicted, got asked about it and said, it's your effing job, Naomi Osaka.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Was there anyone that didn't?
I think everybody was very sympathetic to her and said,
like, hey,
this is paraphrasing a lot of people, because literally every player was asked about it, but it can be a challenge, but we're here for the fans. The press is our access to the fans, and it's something that we have to treat as a job because this is our job.
So their PR agents told them to do that?
Ash Barty in particular, who is, I think, number 3 woman in the world. She's Australian. And she gets a lot of press too because she is probably the biggest athlete in Australia right now. Said, look, this is my job. I'm very grateful that it's my job, but press is part of the job and we have to do it. She was one of the kind of strongest coming out and saying, and these are their peers. These are whatever. Well, Naomi Osaka won her first round match in very convincing fashion and then promptly got fined and quit. She quit the tournament because she said, I have too much anxiety. I've had depression since 2018 when she won the U.S. Open. If people remember that, she beat Serena Williams. Serena Williams was the overwhelming favorite. She had just come back from having her her only child, her daughter. And she lost points because she was coached during the match. And it was the correct call, but it was kind of one of those the umpire had never ever fined or made a point deduction for that for anybody else and could have done hey, stop it.
Oh.
And Serena lost her shit.
I remember this.
Serena and she started screaming, I'm a mother, you're calling me a cheat, I have a daughter.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
It was a bit much, and that scarred Naomi, and it was a terrible thing, but also
But what does having a mother have to do with getting in trouble for that? Or being a mother, I'm sorry.
I think Serena Williams was in a really weird mental place of she was just it was 4 months. Yeah. And
when
really,
the rest of us have to go to work?
Yeah. But
I know,
things change when you have a child, chemically speaking.
Watching Nick tiptoe around this subject.
Chemically speaking, things change. Your taste buds change.
Women become crazy.
Your mental priorities change. And I think for Serena Williams, she really wanted to win it for her daughter who was there.
Okay.
So anyway, so Naomi came out and said, I'm depressed. I'm quitting for a while to focus on myself. And the mainstream press piled on tennis of this is what's terrible about sports and the 4 Grand Slams promptly issued a statement saying that, hey, we're here for Naomi Osaka. We want to have a discussion about this. We support you 100%. And the mainstream, and then they didn't take any questions because really, why would you do a press conference taking questions about a player's mental health?
Yes, tiptoe.
So, but the mainstream press is they just turned tail and they're not even taking questions when they expect her. It's that's totally different.
So what are people saying about her quitting? Are they just
people are generally pretty so people within the sport are very supportive and look, Naomi, do what you got to do. We can't wait to have you back competing.
Yeah.
People outside this, and I think fans are the same way, where it's you can't. It's a competitive advantage to not do press.
This is more if you had a mental health challenge and issue.
Yep.
This makes more sense.
And I think people really do agree with some of her points.
Yeah.
and say
She just maybe went around it.
she went around it completely the wrong way. And so people want to have that discussion, both tournament directors, other players, fans. Everybody's like, yeah, I get it.
Sorry.
But the people outside
guys.
of tennis that don't understand how the sport works and don't understand it's a very different game than football, for instance, they're like piling on about this is another misogynistic thing. Of course you did it to a woman of color, blah, 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 blah. And it's not.
I mean, I don't understand the sport or care about it or any of those things. I respect that I know nothing about it. So I'm sure there are intricacies to it. But what I think is the right choice is she stepped away, which really is what she needed to do from the beginning to protect her mental health. Not like, I'll just take one piece of this incredibly public lifestyle away. You're still in the public eye.
And
even
her
more
second
than
round
ever.
matchup gets like a free $100,000 check for winning that match now. Like,
Good for you.
but yeah, so
That's what we're.
so that's the update.
Good. Okay.
We obviously wish Naomi Osaka, if you are, which we have to believe she is, really suffering from real depression and not general angst about the world, which I think we all are and have to learn to deal with.
Angst is real.
We wish you the best of luck with doing that. You're not my favorite tennis player. I think you've made some of the choices that put yourself in this situation, but I hope you get help, and I hope that you emerge from this in a position to have meaningful, productive conversations about mental health within the sport.
And good for you for taking the first step.
Good for
I
you,
hear
Naomi.
That's the hardest.
It is.
It is.
Do whatever you need to do. That goes for everybody. It's easier when you have a lot of money, though.
That wraps up our comments on Mental Health Awareness Month, but wishing a happy Pride to everybody out
Happy
there.
Pride!
So one of my favorite months. It's, June is a busy month in our house, and it kicks off really happy and continues on, and I just wanted to wish a happy Pride to everybody out there. So there you go. Look at us. All right, guys. So food. Did we eat any real food this week?
Well, can you eat food?
Well, so
I think I offered you about 72 things you can't eat for snacks.
Elliot even knows. So I'm 90, and one of the medications I'm on, apparently I can't be in the sun for like a prolonged amount of time, which is fine because it's like 90 and sunny all weekend. I don't want to go swimming. That's fine.
Maybe you should go on vacation in Seattle.
They said, you know what you can do? You can be outside if you need to, but like, I know it's going to be hot. You just need to wear pants and a long sleeve and a hat.
Well, that's what I do.
Oh, well,
Everybody made fun of me on the boat for, you know.
Yeah, that's BS, man. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Well, I don't want skin cancer. Sorry.
I mean, this has nothing to do with skin cancer. So anyway, I'm not allowed to be in the sun.
Just
but
flesh-eating amoebas.
Just whatever's eating my insides. I also am not allowed to have dairy or calcium or anything. So most dairy, I don't know how much because no one could tell me, nor do I know how many hours away from the medication. The pharmacist and my doctor said, just a couple hours, or I wouldn't eat a bowl of ice cream or yogurt with your medicine.
A couple hours, several hours, a few hours, a bunch of hours.
Make sure you take these two medications at separate times, but not one with dairy or iron. I literally put a Tums in my mouth last night and took one bite and then scraped it out of my mouth because I was like, this is a calcium pill. This is a pill of calcium. And I just took my medication. Anyway, I don't know how people do this. I don't take daily medications. Mostly. I don't know how people balance this. I'm on 2 and I'm losing my mind, and it's for 7 days. I don't know how to do it longer than that. So, I'm having a hard time eating, because I don't know how to eat dairy free, because I also don't go on diets like that.
And I tempted you with the best thing that I ate, kind of, this week, which was your idea.
I know, but I couldn't even have half of it.
And you couldn't even eat any of it, really.
So?
Doan Cootery. I don't know if you all saw our video from Lake Geneva Country Meats, but
you should.
Friday, the day we're recording this, but 2 days at the minimum after you've listened to this, before you've listened to this, was National Donut Day and National Cheese Day.
That's like maybe my favorite day. Josie commented her favorite day.
It's amazing, right?
Yep.
All the great things. So we tried to combine them. We did a donut grilled cheese that was
rancid looking.
Horrible. We did donut fondue that was also terrible.
Well, you did dip a blueberry donut into queso. To be fair.
It was not good.
Yep, didn't look good.
But what we did do was a donut charcuterie board with cheese and a salami river and nuts and fruit and
which
tomatoes.
did look good.
And it was kind of fun, you get a little sweet, little savory, little this and that. And that was...
It's not our worst idea.
But poor Bridget.
I know, suffering.
Sitting there filming it. All the yummy cheese, all the yummy Ron cheese.
Couldn't have that.
All the nuts, all the donuts. Cream-filled donuts.
Couldn't have that. I could have those plain nuts, though. And those apricots, I think. I don't know. Shannon was dairy-free for a while. So, Shannon, could you write me a menu for the next, 4 days
But those apricots are, a dried one. So they got more of...
So
something.
I think that
I can't keep it together on this. I'm going to come up with a reason you can't eat everything.
I ate a peanut butter cracker and then I looked at the label. It was like, this may contain milk. I'm like, okay, I think this is fine, right? Anyway, it's been a weird week. That's all I could say. It's been a freaking crazy week. So I ate takeout from Sabai Sabai, which is delicious. I got vegetables and there was no dairy in it. And so I called it a win. Tyler, thank you for making me eat that.
Good job, Ty.
So anyway, on to the news.
Tyler, you're going to listen to this in about a year and a half.
When you're caught up.
So good job.
Thank you a year and a half ago for
Give
making
yourself
me
a pat on the back.
I live under a rock and I have no idea what's going on in the world these days, this week. Can you update me on any current events? I should have just asked for news stories this week if you could have just done a quick snapshot of what's going on in the world.
Well, Joe Biden's still trying to get the infrastructure plan done.
Okay.
And there's a lot of Democratic senators that aren't really interested in helping.
Okay,
there's a lot of Voting Rights Act things happening throughout the world. And 60 people in the Senate wanted to vote for it, and 40 people said no, and democracy means that it doesn't happen.
Right, yep. Makes sense.
The Arizona thing is insane.
Yeah.
The Russians hacked JBS Swift, which is the world's largest producer of proteins, and our meat supply got, just like the pipeline
Heard
thing.
about that.
Let's see. What else?
What else is going on?
The United States beat Honduras in a Nations Cup qualifier and will play Mexico in the final.
These are all of the updates I was looking for. Thank you. What's happening in the meat production market and what's happening in the
international
football world.
soccer. Let's see. What else? There's more sanctions against Lukashenko in Belarus for his abduction of the journalist dude.
Yeah, abduction of the journalist dude. I do appreciate an update on that.
More sanctions against him. We haven't really seen any more video of the journalist dude. He's probably going to be murdered in his sleep in prison. Hopefully for him, it's in his sleep, not.
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to be in his sleep.
But
sadly,
unfortunate.
Wow, thanks for the update.
Israel. They are very close to forcing Sharon out with the new government, and it seems like good to get him out because he's corrupt and has started a war basically to keep himself in power that killed a bunch of people. But also the person that looks like he's going to be the new president seems to be more of an ultra-nationalist. So who knows?
Okay, well, nothing exciting and new. Is there any good news? No, I'll tell you my good news. This is an old story, but it just came up again in my news feed. I don't even know if we've shared it here, but you all need to know about it because I am in the depths of school right now, right? Today, as we're recording, is Elliot's last day.
Elliot flew up.
Elliot had his 4K fly up, his graduation yesterday, and it's his last day of school, which is funny that I literally brought him to school today to just play outside for 2 hours because it's field day.
Hey, you don't have to watch him.
This is exactly what Shannon said. I'm like, well, daycare could have kept watching him and it saved me some driving. Anyway, it's his last day of school, and my husband, and therefore I am sure Elliot will one day, love to doodle. So and Tyler's a good doodler.
Tyler's a very good doodler.
Yes, he's a good doodler. I'm not a good doodler. I like to do things, but he's a good doodler. So I feel like Elliot will be. So if you haven't heard this story, there is a boy who kept getting in trouble for doodling at school. And so now a restaurant has hired him, essentially, has allowed him to doodle all over the walls of their restaurant. He's 9 years old. And I think this is the best way to be like, hey, instead of, hey, 9-year-old, his name is Joe. Joe, you are clearly using art as an expression for something, some feelings. And instead of punishing you for that, I'd like to celebrate that. And maybe just don't do it during school time, but otherwise come and show your art to everybody. So if we have talked about this, sorry. If we haven't,
not.
I want to use it as a way to say, hey, art is a thing. Art therapy is a thing. My cousin's currently doing a really cool art therapy project So I won't go into all the details to respect their privacy, but Jack, you are doing an awesome thing with art therapy right now. And I just never really paid attention as much to it until I had a family member talk about it. And now I think there's a reason this article came back in my life. So anyway, love this. It's in England, even better. So good job, Joe. I want to see your restaurant one day.
I got some great news.
Great news.
I guess, kind of.
Is it?
Got a listener email from Seattle, our number one West Coast listening fan, Brittany.
Our number one fan.
Shut up. She responded as a vegetarian that she doesn't think she would eat a cicada. I'm not sure if she was speaking for all vegetarians. I don't think she was either, but she said no. I also will not be eating cicadas.
Oh, no?
The FDA came out and announced in one of the weirdest announcements you will ever see, because there were all of these how to eat cicadas thing. Everybody heard about it on Dinner Plus Drinks podcast. Thanks, Bridget,
yeah.
blowing it up.
Good article.
So the FDA had to come out and say, if you're allergic to shrimp, they're actually related to cicadas and you can't eat cicadas.
What?
Yep.
Oh, so that's your out?
So I'm allergic to shrimp. I am not eating no cicadas because I know I would have been forced to eat some.
I was going to bake some this week, but
And so no cicadas. If you are like me and you are allergic to the shrimp,
ooh, I'm going to start lying and saying I'm allergic to shrimp.
don't eat the cicadas. They will do whatever they do to you. In my case, my throat swells up. It makes it hard to breathe, and I start to violently expel the shrimp from my body.
I would have run away if that happened.
So, yeah, I'm not going to eat the cicadas.
I'm really glad we know that, because what if I actually did make a cicada thing and you would have had an allergic reaction right here on it?
I'm always very terrified when people come over about allergies. I always check with that stuff, you know?
Oh, that's nice of you.
The first time you guys came over for dinner, I had to,
You did. I guess I feel like if you have a life-threatening allergy, lead with that.
I'm in the food production business. I'm very, good about that. I don't want to hear your bullshit. I'm gluten-free, but, it's just because I want to be skinny. There's no correlation there. If you're a celiac, I have cider for you. I have almond flour. We can deal with that and make it. But anyway, I actually had another story too about Pride.
I was going to let you keep going on that. That was fun.
It's about Pride, and it was a butcher shop that wanted to make a political statement, and their Pride flag is a cow, a pig, a lamb, a chicken, and a fish. They're all inclusive too.
Oh, really?
Nope, I just made
I
that up.
was like, are you serious?
But I'm thinking that might be our Pride flag.
I love that. I thought this was like, we're doing a fun play on it. Maybe that's offensive. I don't know.
I think it would be.
Yeah, it would be. I'm sorry.
But wouldn't that be cool if we for Pride, we had the rainbow flag and co-opted it and made it
we can make LGCM rainbow.
I think we could do that.
All right, guys, you heard it here. We're going to take a quick break. All right, we're back. I can't help but sing it again.
Back.
Oh, ooh. Maybe we'll just record that and that'll be the intro. Anyway.
Baby, we're back.
Nick's going to keep singing jingles for you. I'm going to tell you, as we've mentioned, it was Lucy's birthday, and kids' birthday gifts are always so interesting to me, because you'd think I'd be the best gifter for kids younger than mine, because I would be like, oh yeah, when Elliot turned 2, he loved this. No, I don't remember any of it. But my brother-in-law, Spencer, and his fiance, Paul, are the best gift givers. Brittany on my side, best gift giver. Paul and Spencer, best gift givers. So I say that because they're responsible enough to mail gifts to my kids, which I do not expect. You can FaceTime us and wish her a happy birthday, but I don't expect you to remember my kids' birthdays. And actually, I take that back. Uncle Travis and Aunt Carrie always send really cool gifts that keep on giving. So the STEM boxes and things like that, like kiwi crates and things. So anyway, I'll recommend those a different time. But this year, Lucy was very much into tea sets. She really loves, the play kitchen thing. She loves taking care of play babies, play cooking, all of the things that society tells her she should do, I guess. And Paul got this really awesome paint your own tea set. So
to be fair, she also loves punching people, which
she does
is not what society tells her to do. So she's not completely conformist.
You rebel against that, girl.
Lou, if you want to walk up to someone and punch them out, you do that.
You do it.
MMA is for girls too.
Go ahead. Sorry, future teachers of Lucy. So anyway, I'm here to recommend if you have really, I would say any age. I don't know. I can't speak really beyond 5 years old because that's as old as my oldest kid. But there's a paint your own tea set. And so
Freudian slip.
actually, okay. Elliot thought this was cool too, which I think is even better. But what I learned is age ranges on gifts are a bunch of bullshit. So this gift says it's great for 8 years and older. Well, sure, if you want to like intricately paint this beautiful teapot, but if you want a cool memory like ours, which is just going to like be a brown blob on a tea set. But anyway, this is really cool. It's a white ceramic. No, it's porcelain. So a white porcelain tea set. It comes with the paints. You get to paint it, bake it, and keep this little tea set forever. So I just think it's an adorable little moment in time. And I know our 4-year-old niece also got one as well, and she loved it, painted it right away. We opened ours at bedtime, so we made Lucy go to bed, but
it appears to be $15.
It is $14.95.
So click the link in the show notes, buy it.
It's a great little gift for anyone in your life, even an adult if you need to relax.
My suggestion, I think I've talked about this before, but summertime, Shady Rays sunglasses. I have 2 pairs. They're wonderful. They are very affordable. So I don't feel so bad when I'm a little rough on them, but also they don't break. They're very stylish. They look just like Ray-Bans, but for about a third of the price.
Yeah.
I used to have Ray-Bans, and then I lost them.
Bougie.
I know. I had them for about 5 years, and I lost them. And I was like, don't want to pay that price tag. So I got some Shady Rays. Check them out. They're a really good quality. I'm sure you've heard the advertisements. I'm sure you've been targeted by them. But I can tell you as a real person, they're good quality. They're comfortable. If you like polarized, they're great. They have non-polarized options. I hate polarized when I'm trying to read my phone.
But polarized are the only ones that actually protect your eyes.
So, there you go.
Also, I'm a real person and have a pair and can also recommend them.
Check them out.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, we just realized we didn't tell you about our Memorial Day weekend.
I know.
I don't know. Did anything exciting happen?
Oh, mine went terribly wrong.
Yeah. Mine didn't go as great as it should have.
In about 72 different ways.
Work.
A lot of work. Things just didn't go well. Had a bonfire. That was very calming to myself, or it was supposed to be. And some things lit on fire that weren't supposed to lit on fire. But I was prepared with water and things and stuff. So it wasn't a big deal, but I was like, you gotta be. It's these straw bales that like we use for seating for Simtoberfest and now by our fire pit. And I've been trying to get rid of them because they're old and, been on the weather. And they literally have never been able to catch on fire or anything because they are so soaked. And this fire evidently was so hot, they caught. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. The one time I don't want them to go up in flames, they go up in flames.
Are they all gone now?
Some of them. Well, it's a complicated story.
It's hard.
But, I was very, very proud of the staff at Lake Geneva Country Meats. They made me very proud. And that was something as I looked back, I was like, you know what? People did a good job. We're still here. We had a lot of challenges, got through them all. And on Monday, we went to Simona's first parade, which was great. She had a good time.
Was that her first parade?
That was her first parade.
It was really fun. It's like Lake Geneva's Memorial Day parade is 4 minutes long, I think.
It's the shortest of the parades.
Maybe 7 minutes long. But that's a good one to start with.
Yep. There's sirens and stuff. And we were like, you going to freak out? Or are you going to... So we had fun.
She didn't freak out?
She didn't freak out.
Lucy hated it.
Did she really?
Yeah, isn't that surprising?
That's very surprising. Yeah. It seems like a lot of Lucy-friendly things.
Lucy hated it, and Elliot, she was terrified. And Elliot thought that it was going to be the Christmas parade with floats and candy.
There was no candy, except I was by Troy Nottestead.
Nice.
And Troy's daughter was marching in the band, and he threw candy at her as she was marching.
Oh, that's hilarious. I will say that I feel like the only people that go to that parade are people whose kids are marching in the band. But it was really busy, I would say.
It was very busy. I was happy.
Yeah, we decided at the last minute to go to the parade as well. And it ended up being like one of the best moments of our weekend.
My favorite is the mayor driving in the old car, just like...
Dude.
Being old, going down the street. It's like,
Well, nothing will
The
top.
mayor.
Last year, there was no Memorial Day parade. The year before, Elliot got to be in it because Pops was the mayor. So,
And Pops had the good sense to wave an American flag.
And he rode a bike.
So,
So it was, our weekend was also, what I think I've been reflecting on it. And what I think it is like suddenly things feel super overscheduled again. Like
yes.
There's suddenly, it feels like regular, quote, regular life where like in the summer you have every day, every second scheduled. That's kind of how I feel like now. So this Memorial Day weekend felt like, holy shit. And that's just hard as you get older or as maybe you've decided you don't like being a social. But for me, it's hard with the kids and trying to keep them on any kind of schedule, which we are very flexible with our schedules in the summer months, especially. So anyway, yeah, Memorial Day weekend was a lot, but I liked the parade, and we went to a first birthday party, and my cousin Jessica is a teacher, and she rocked this party because let's be real, 1-year-old birthday parties are for the parents, so she thought of everything because she's awesome and she does this for a living. And so she had stuff for all the kids at the party too. So like, Shannon and I were both there without our husbands. They were both busy, but we both had each of our 2 kids, and Jessica had coloring sheets for them and little bouncy balls and those popper things that kids seem to love. And they all were very on theme. So good job, Jess. So anyway, it was busy. It was great.
Good job, Jess.
Here
I don't know you, but good job.
Good job. We've made it now almost to another new week. Okay. This week, because I feel like we've barely kicked off summer, and since it's Memorial Day, we're going to kick off summer with some summer Would You Rathers.
Let's
Boom.
cook it.
Kick it. Since Bridget spent a lot of time at the doctor's office this week, I don't have my shit together. So it's just regular old Would You Rather questions, summer-based, because I can't handle my life right now, you guys.
It's okay, Bridget.
Let's be honest, okay? Okay. Also, Tyler's starting a new job on Monday. I just feel like I have to say...
And it's Tyler's birthday on Monday.
And that. We have a lot happening, so please forgive my lameness, everybody.
Happy birthday, Mr. Tyler.
Love you.
Love you, buddy.
Okay, Nick.
Big hug.
I need to know.
Tyler's such a good hugger.
Didn't I tell you that I learned in the pandemic that I don't care about hugging? I'm now telling people this, and now I'm telling all of you. Sorry, hello. I don't like hugging. Did you learn anything like that? Are you mad at me? Are you thinking of all the times you've hugged me and I'm like, no, I don't actually feel like you're a hugger either.
I'm a big hugger.
Are you?
Yeah,
Maybe you just know not to hug me.
Because you're not a hugger.
Because I'm like, get away from me.
Sarah's also not a hugger. It's infuriating.
I never really realized it. I said it in front of some people I think I shouldn't have said it in front of.
I'm a big bro hugger.
Yeah, bro hugs are funny to me. Anyway, we're getting off topic, but I've learned I don't.
Tyler is the best.
Yeah, Tyler's a great hugger.
Snuggle into his warm, big, tall hug.
What I don't miss is the awkward hug of like,
I don't like
should we be hugging?
Yeah,
but we're going to hug. Why is the default, yes, we're going to hug? Like, let's go back to 2020 when the default was like, I'll hit your elbow or just wave at you from across the room.
Or ignore you because I can't see you because you have a mask on.
Anyway, I'm really a very social person.
Would you rather
hug or not hug?
Never hug your husband again, or have to hug every random person you see on the street?
It's terrible. I'm not answering that. I really love Tyler hugs. They are good hugs. Okay. I guess I'd have to hug random people. Then I would get weird. Because then you could at least laugh about it. That is not a summer would you rather. Okay, we're starting easy.
It's the summer 2021 as the mask come off.
I don't think this is easy. This question, we eat a lot of watermelon in the summer. Do you prefer watermelon wedges or chunks?
Chunks.
Because?
Because you just like pop them in your mouth and it's just like, nom.
But what about, maybe this will change. Does Simona eat a lot of watermelon or not yet?
Yeah, we cut it up, yeah.
Give her the wedge and you get like the quintessential summer picture of her noshing into a wedge. You'll change your mind.
This might be weird. I like the chunk. And you just like put it in your mouth and it dissolves.
That's a little weird, but I like that with cotton candy. Okay. Chunks. Favorite? This isn't
also,
would you rather.
It's like the seeds are out more easily with the chunks.
Yeah, actually, that's totally true. What fun is that? What's your favorite ice cream cocktail? Don't tell me you don't like them.
This is how Wisconsin are you, isn't it?
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper. My God.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You love mint.
Are the best thing in the world.
Is there like another ice cream cocktail that is as well known?
Brandy Alexander's.
Oh, okay.
My family are big Brandy Alexander people. My mom would keep this Schweppes ice cream jug that we all, full of Brandy Alexander. I'll let her know if you want some. But I don't like the Brandy Alexander. I like my grasshoppers.
I just want someone to make me some like peanut butter chocolatey ice cream thing with alcohol in it. Cool. Next week on the podcast. Okay. Skinny dipping, yes or no?
No.
No, you've never done it? No, you won't do it.
No, I don't like doing it because I'm...
What?
Okay. Here's the story. Okay, so I have done it.
This is why we're doing this.
So we have a pond in our backyard at my parents' house.
Did you get leeches? Oh!
I got bit by a pike.
Oh, God.
And not in an unfortunate place, thank God, but close enough.
I was like where my bite is?
That I would just like some protection from the things in the water. I would just like something that makes, like we all know, like a loincloth, for instance, isn't going to really do you much good. But I feel like it at least makes you feel like you're not going to get an arrow straight to the I just want a little bit of protection.
Okay.
About like, I'm not going to have it. There's snapping turtles in that pond. I just feel like, I just, no. I just want a little something that makes me feel a little protected.
This is funny. I feel like I haven't done it recently. It used to be a thing we did pretty regularly in high school, I think.
Back in the day.
If you're listening, it was not like what it sounds like. Anyway, I feel like it'd be really freeing.
How is that not what it sounds like?
Well, it's not like we were on dates skinny dipping, necessarily. So
all the time, usually, often.
We're moving on. I'm not moving on. What I'm saying is I feel like it'd be really actually freeing and great because what I really wanted to be like skinny dipping at day or night. Well, no, skinny dipping at nighttime. Like nighttime swimming, skinny dipping just brings you right back to like kids summer to me. Not kid, like high school summer, I guess. I don't know. Do kids skinny dip? I hope my kids don't. When they're 2, I guess it's okay. What age is acceptable to skinny dip? Okay.
I think there's also like when you're 75 and don't DGAF, then it's also like cool again.
So maybe just like when you're...
It's like a bell curve.
When you're 2, yeah. No, I feel like it's
Inverse.
It's a camel.
It's a 2-ump camel.
Okay. Oh, we'll have a whole episode about that some other time. Sharks or dolphins?
Dolphins. I'm terrified of sharks.
Oh.
I think we've discussed this before.
I think we have too.
How terrified I am of sharks.
Are sharks cool to look? I actually am too.
I am absolutely terrified of sharks.
I want to ride a dolphin. I swam with them in the Bahamas once.
I am terrified of the ocean because I'm terrified I'm going to get eaten by a shark. I really want to go like scuba diving and watch all the coral reefs and the fishies. I love aquariums. I love the fishies. I watch Big Blue World all the time. I don't want to get eaten by a shark.
Okay,
I think this also goes back to the trauma I previously. Oh my gosh, this is like
I know this is
now.
great.
If I was Naomi Osaka, I would probably not answer this question.
Keep going.
I think a lot of this goes back to getting bitten by that damn fish.
Dude, how old were you?
I was like 8 or 9.
Did you properly deal with that trauma, Nick?
No, I'm older than that. I was in middle school. I was like in 6th grade.
Dude, what happened when you got bitten by it?
I was swimming and it came up and bit me on my like hip stomach area side.
Swimming in a pond doesn't sound fun to me.
And there's like teeth marks.
But do you like get out and bandage it up? Like, what do you do? Do you just
I started
keep swimming?
Like screaming.
Yeah, because gross.
Like, ran out and I was like, I don't
know. I'm just curious because I've never been bitten by a fish necessarily that I know of.
I must have looked yummy.
Oh man. Okay, this brings me to
a question. Big white blob moving through this pond.
This brings me to a question that is not written down. Is it that you're terrified of sharks? Like, do you mind being in the middle of a freshwater place, or has the pond scarred you for that?
Yeah, it's all, I'm just like, no. Like Lake Geneva, it's gross. There's fish everywhere.
Lake Geneva is like the cleanest, maybe second cleanest lake in Wisconsin?
Yeah, and there's fish everywhere.
Okay, wait, you don't like swim in the middle of Lake Geneva?
No, I do.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
I don't want to get eaten by a shark, okay?
Okay, so do you water ski or tube? Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, that was going to be one of my questions, but we're not doing that anymore. Okay, this is really, I'm sorry to dig up all the trauma.
It's okay.
I don't love...
We all have to deal with it.
I don't...
Unless you're Naomi Osaka.
Okay. I don't want to say...
Humor is how I deal with my issues. So sorry, Naomi, if this is offending you. Maybe you could use humor to deal with your issues.
You guys, this has turned into a therapy session. How many times have we said that? Okay. Summer nights or summer days?
Oh, summer nights. Summer nights.
Which will lead me to my last question. But why?
Oh, I just love the like sleep with the windows open, fan on, the smell, the crickets. I'm not as close to it as you were, but the sound of Lake Geneva Raceway in my windows.
Oh, yeah. I used
the
to
smell
love
of the smokehouse drifting down the hill from Lake Geneva Country Meats is great.
all the smells of summer.
I love on the summer solstice, I try to get at least 36 holes of golf in, start late and just play until, kind of chase the sun. So.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think it was last night or the night before, I was outside doing something and I was like, this feels like a summer night. Like this just feels like a perfect night to sit on a screened-in porch where bugs aren't going to bite me and I'm going to die.
Hope you get one soon.
Me too. So Tyler or someone, it was either Tyler or Shannon, was like, "Oh, well, soon enough," and I was like, "No, I don't think so. Probably not this summer." Anyway, last one. What would be the summer theme song? The song of summer.
Jack and Diane by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah. Oh, I feel like I have one on the tip of my tongue, but I can't figure out what it is. But it's like it's not that. Mine is much worse than that, much tackier, like something from the 90s. Like Barbie Girl. Something terrible like that. Those type of songs are summer songs.
So it's Jack and Diane by John Mellencamp, but I was also thinking of Born to Run by Springsteen. Those are like kind of my two.
Okay. Not summer, summertime. What is that?
Maybe No Scrub.
Oh, love that song. Okay, anyway.
That's just a general.
Guys, summer's here.
Our friend Melissa just put a video up on her Instagram of, do you ever do songs with proper things? And she used all of the proper white person words to No Scrub.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it was I can't get out of my head. Thank you, Melissa.
Once my sisters and I made we made a proper music video at Disney World one day. It's terrible, to a Jewel song. It's highly embarrassing, but we hit it and I literally have no idea where it is anymore, but I think one of my sisters probably does. Brittany. But
Brittany, send the audio. We'll play it on air.
It is painful. It's very, very bad. Anyway, we did we were on a road trip and we sang Waterfalls, TLC Waterfalls. I remember I think I was in Lake Michigan. I remember what I was wearing. I had spandex pink shorts on and a flowery beige white top of some sort. And I am on my knees in the shallow part of the water, but in the water and my hair is wet. I'm 10, 12. Wow. And this was...
Wow.
This was all the TLC Waterfalls. I have a picture of it.
That's great.
If there's a video, maybe I'll share that one. Anyway, we're really happy summer's here.
Those are good. I like that. That's a good summer discussion.
Fun.
I'm excited.
I know. I just really felt like we've totally kicked it off and I'm incredibly overscheduled already. Which is summer. So here we go.
Wisconsin, where we just schedule all the good things in 3 months instead of 12 months.
Yep. Anyway, we're really trying to stretch that out more. Okay. Whew.
Meal plan this week.
Just feeling that's right downhill. Okay.
Summer's already over.
Because I can eat them, I chose chicken tenders. Also, how can you not choose chicken tenders?
So I was going to tell you about this. Never mind. It's coming up in my...
I saw that we're talking about tendies. Okay, well, I'll tell you about
I'm going to save it for Kid Corner.
I'm saving it.
Fire.
We have
only 3 flame fire, not 7 flame fire.
Just regular fire. We have 2 tendy recipes. So grilled or fried. So, okay, people, if you choose grilled, good for you because it's grilling season. But I am a purist and I want fried chicken tenders, okay?
Buttermilk chipped. Oh, wait. No, sorry.
I'll bake them. Bake them so they're healthier. But yeah, we have 2 tendy recipes, which we don't share that often because we're talking about chicken breasts a lot. But tendies are where it's at this week. So that's what I'm eating.
I got some tacos on there for your Taco Tuesday. They are delicious pork ones that you put in a slow cooker or however you smell them, whatever. But you just it's a combination of Mexican and Cuban influences on this one. Chipotle mojo. Mojo being from Cuba. You do oranges and stuff like that. That's a little sweet, a little bright flavor. Chipotle being from Mexico, where you have the roasted spicy chili peppers. So you get the sweet, roasty, spicy thing playing together with the fat in the pork. Add a little bit of acidity in from all that mojo with a little lemony type thing. And it's just this incredibly delicious thing. Cook it all together, pull it up, and then important note, fry it. That gets it a little crispy, and there's going to be some little bits of pork fat in there that you're not going to like. And if
you won't like it fried?
If you fry them, it takes care of them.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? I feel like I would like it fried.
That all renders out, gets a little crispy, gets a little delicious. But if you eat it without frying, you're going to be like, I need a little fat. So anyway, these tacos are delicious. Definitely serve them Mexican style, not gringo style. They do not do well with red salsa or shredded cheese
doesn't
or
sound like it.
lettuce. Don't do well with that. So a little bit of onion brings it out. Cilantro definitely, lime juice, and if you do want to do cheese, queso fresco is just enough to kind of liven it up.
Nice.
It's a delicious taco. I love it.
Feels like I could have that without cheese on it.
You could have it without cheese. Not necessary.
All right, guys. We've made it. It's time for
Kid Corner.
As usual. I have 2. I don't know. I just feel like I have 2 kids and both did really exciting things this week. Okay? One turned 2.
One stayed alive and the other did the minimum level of education in America.
Both really exciting things. Hey,
got some orange slices for you, kids.
Listen, it's summer and there's about to be a lot of shit to talk about with my kids.
Watching the look that Bridget just gave me of Mama Bear, I'm gonna murder you. You know I am proud of my kids.
You know what the look is for? Wait till your daughter's in school. Yeah, kid.
I'll sit there at the fly up ceremony as they say.
It was freaking adorable.
As they say, Simona Vorpe, I'll get up and go.
Well, they don't. It's not like they get a diploma.
Slow clapper.
It's 4K. They sing a lot of songs.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was something. I will. Okay, so we're gonna start with Elliot. So Elliot had his 4K fly up where I have to say thank you to the schools. It was a crazy year, but our school was able to stay open the whole year, and Elliot's classroom didn't have to shut down at all. He did have a sub for a substantial amount of the year, but that's fine. He was able to stay in school, and they did a really cute thing. We were finally allowed in the building for the first time all year for his little graduation, so that was really sweet. And Steinbrink's Piggly Wiggly donated some cookies, so thanks, Piggly Wiggly.
Pig. It's one of the bakeries you could have gone to for the taco cake.
I know, had I organized it more than 3 hours before the party. So man, they would have done a good job. But they sang all these songs, right? They were on these like little risers and they organized these songs and they were adorable. And bless my son, because these kids are all, if you're watching the video, you'll get a better sense of this, but they're all standing there like, I'm just going to say the ABCs because I don't remember the songs. A, B, C. And then Elliot, no joke, is like dancing. There was movements with all the songs, but these kids are like barely doing them. And Elliot has straight up like got his arms out and he's like, A, B, C, D. And
he's just like, mountain.
I just didn't like, Lucy has a lot of flair to her. And I just thought Elliot might turn out to be a little shy when he was on like in front of everybody. There was a lot of people there and, but he did awesome. And like we had other parent friends of ours and they were like, good thing Elliot was up there like yelling the words and dancing because otherwise this would have been pretty dull. I'm like, yeah. So I was super proud of him. So
good job, Elliot.
He spent the whole evening then saying, I'm in kindergarten now. I'm in kindergarten. We're like, well, kind of. So good job, man. Maybe he's not as smart as I thought. And then, Lucy's birthday, maybe we should post a picture, but we did let her partially get dressed herself. In true Bridget fashion, I found a shirt that says, I am 2 at Goodwill. And because society has taught me to think that green and blue are boys' colors, I'm like, oh, I hope she's okay with this. Like, yeah, I bought her a shirt at Goodwill like 2 days before her birthday because I did. We put that on with this like tutu skirt with like confetti on it. And she freaking loved it. And then picked this gold like bomber jacket out of her closet. And she chose her own, these like floral sunglasses. And she wears gym shoes everywhere she goes. So it was just this like impeccably perfect Lucy outfit for her as a person. And she chose half of it. And yes, I chose half of it. But it felt very perfect for her. It was like, it felt really good. This week was, I don't know, guys. I'm just getting to be a proud parent moment right now. This week felt very much like both of my kids did things that were very proud and very, like, it felt very much like them. Like, oh, these are their characters, like, in a snapshot right here. And it was cool to see.
Well, congratulations,
yeah, man,
Mama
thanks.
Bear.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we made it.
So mine's about chicken tendies. I almost had this on the list of best things we were doing. So with chicken tenders coming up on the meal plan, I was thinking of some possible new recipes we could add. And our oven is an air fryer. So I wanted to do air fried chicken tendies because Bridget always tells me they're delicious that way.
They are.
So I got out the panko and, we had the panko crusted chicken tenders air fried and they were very good. And this was Simona's first fried food because really she's got enough teeth and a big enough mouth now that like having the crunchy fried stuff is good. Before this is like, yeah, you're going to maybe just like not do so well with this. So we gave her the bits of fried chicken tenders.
How'd it go?
And also lots of dipping sauces because that's the best part of chicken tenders, right? You got all the dipping sauces. So honey mustard, barbecue, ketchup, and ranch. We had 4 different sauces.
That's hilarious.
And she loves dipping right now. She almost to the scary point of like, you're not going to eat if you don't have ketchup. Are you going to eat the food or just the ketchup?
Interesting.
And I am terrible. I really like ketchup on my fries. Fries are really just a convenient vehicle to get ketchup into your body. Maybe she learned a little too much from me. But anyway, so she also likes to now sit at the big kid table. And we need to get a booster seat for her. But so she sits between the two of us and, it's like her eyes are above the table. And like, she like goes like, boom, grabs from underneath the table, takes it, throws it in her mouth. Because like, it's funny because her eyes are at the table. Anyway, so she decides that she was done with all the dipping and all the eating. She did a great job eating. And then she wanted to feed Dada. Because Dada hadn't ate.
With dipping sauce?
So she started taking the pieces that we cut up for her, which were small little chicken tender pieces, nice fried ones, dipping it and then shoving it in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Because I hadn't ate because I was making sure she didn't nosedive off the, all the things you do as you're feeding your kid.
Yeah, you eat dinner at 9 p.m., yeah.
And, which is great and fun. And, thank you, Simone. You're very helpful. And then she seemed to be hungry, so she ate some more. But then she decided she wanted to feed me and took the food out of her mouth and put it in my mouth.
That I draw the line.
And
there.
I don't want to be rude, so I ate it.
No, she's gonna think that's normal now.
Well, for birds, it's normal.
Are you a bird?
Nope. I was just very much in shock. I didn't know what to do.
Did you spit it out?
No, I ate it. It was perfectly good chicken tender, and there's a perfect amount of honey mustard on it, so I ate it. But so she was very nice. She's very nurturing. She's very good. Very good. Thank you, Simona.
Disgusting.
It was very gross. But, I'm happy she thought to make sure Dada ate.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you, Simona.
Does she just like dip her fingers in the dipping sauce yet?
No, we're not there yet. Thank God.
It's coming soon. Lucy just will warn you of everything. That's what's coming. And then she's like, here. And then you just have to like lick her dirty ass finger covered in ketchup. Good times. Everybody.
Gross. Anyway, Simona, good job with the chicken tenders. Good job with the dipping. Glad you like honey mustard, unlike your mother.
I don't like it either, Sarah.
We're now on the 2 against 1. I know Mom's count as 3 votes, so I think we still lose.
Yep.
But
smart move.
Oh well.
Oh, sorry. Oh, guys. Happy summer.
Happy summer. We got a Pinkies Up coming out this next Wednesday. It's about boxed wine.
It is an interesting one.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Stay tuned for that.
Another surprising one to me. It's a great one. So find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Dinner Plus Drinks Podcast.
Big shout out to Superfan Brittany for hitting up the mailbag this week. Hello at dinnerplusdrinks.com. Send us the emails. We love hearing from y'all. Thanks to everybody who took the How Wisconsin Are You quiz. Nobody got the perfect score.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I was hoping someone would. Anyway, do people still call it a mailbag? Is that acceptable?
I think we can still call it a mailbag.
Okay, we're going to do that. Thanks as always for following along, guys. We love hearing from you. So leave a comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things.
See you soon. Happy summer.
Bye-bye.